Ever wondered how financial institutions, like banks and investment firms, assess whether their investments are supporting or hindering climate action? That's exactly what we'll be exploring today. We're going to take a closer look at Verdure Climate's SBTi temperature scoring tool. It might sound complex, but it's essentially a tool designed to help financial institutions evaluate how well their investment portfolios align with global climate goals. Sounds interesting, right? What is the SBTi temperature scoring tool? The Science-Based Targets Initiative, or SBTi, provides a framework for financial institutions and companies to commit to reducing their carbon footprint. They establish targets to cut their emissions, and SBTi ensures these targets align with the Paris Agreement's climate goals. Verdure Climate's SBTi tool helps financial institutions measure their portfolio's climate impact by calculating a temperature score, indicating how aligned their investments are with the transition to a low-carbon economy. To use the tool, you need two key files: the portfolio data file and the data provider file. These files contain essential data about your investments and the companies in your portfolio. Let's go step by step on how to correctly fill out these files. 1. Filling out the portfolio data file. This file serves as an overview of your investments. It provides the tool with essential details about the companies in your portfolio and the extent of your financial exposure. Key fields in this file include company name, the full name of the company; company ID, a unique identifier for each company. Make sure this ID is consistent across all files. Company ISIN. ISIN is an acronym for International Securities Identification Number, a special security identifier for stocks or bonds. You can find this in financial data platforms like Bloomberg or Refinitiv. Company LEI, a legal entity identifier, which can be found on the GLEIF website. Weights, the proportion of your total investment in each company. This helps in calculating your overall climate impact. Investment value, the actual amount of money invested in each company, loans, stocks, etc. Engagement target. If you're actively engaging with a company on climate goals, mark this as true. This helps simulate what-if scenarios for climate impact improvements. If a company appears multiple times in your portfolio, it's recommended to aggregate the holdings by asset class. Second, filling out the data provider file. This file provides detailed information about each company in your portfolio and is split into two main sections. A. Fundamental data sheet, company profile information. This section includes company-wide financial and emissions data. Company name and company ID must match what's in the portfolio data file. ISIC, a classification code indicating the industry type, available on the UN or Verdure Climate website. Country, region, sector, location, and industry details. GHGS 1S2 and GHGS 3, the company's greenhouse gas emissions. Scope 1 and 2, emissions from direct operations. Scope 3, emissions from supply chains and other indirect sources. Company revenue and market cap. These are financial metrics used in temperature calculations. B target data sheet. This sheet tracks climate commitments, target type, specifies whether the company's emissions reduction target is absolute or intensity-based. Absolute targets indicate a fixed reduction in total emissions over time, irrespective of production levels. Intensity targets measure emissions relative to an economic or physical metric, e.g., per unit of revenue, per ton of product produced. If you select absolute, leave the intensity metric blank. Intensity metric. If the target is intensity-based, you must specify the metric used. Typically, for financial institutions, the intensity metric should be revenue-based, e.g., emissions per unit of revenue. This ensures comparability and allows aggregation across multiple sectors. Scope. Whether the target covers Scope 1, 2, or 3 emissions. Coverage S1, coverage S2, and coverage S3. What percentage of each scope is covered by the target? Reduction ambition. The percentage of emissions the company aims to reduce. Base year and end year, the period the target applies to. Achieved reduction, if the company has already made progress. Target ID, a unique ID for each reduction target. Understanding when to use absolute versus intensity targets is critical. Absolute targets are preferable for companies with stable operations, where direct emission reductions can be effectively managed. Intensity targets are useful for companies with fluctuating production levels, ensuring they can commit to reduction efforts while accounting for growth. 3. Uploading and running the tool. Once your portfolio data file and data provider file are complete, you're ready to upload them to the Verdure climate platform. Upload the files to the appropriate columns. You would be required to input your financial institution's name, Scope 1, and Scope 2 emissions, and toggle the slider to set your reduction ambition. The tool processes your data and calculates your portfolio's temperature score. This score tells you how well your investments align with climate targets. You can identify climate risks and engage with companies to push for better sustainability efforts. 4. Understanding the results. After running the tool, you'll receive a table with a temperature score and emissions reductions over time, in-depth portfolio analysis and visualizations, insights into which companies are high risk in terms of emissions, recommendations on improving your climate impact. With this, you can strategize your investments to be more aligned with global climate goals. Verdure Climate's SBTi temperature scoring tool makes it easier than ever to ensure your money is working toward a better future. Visit Verdure Climate's website to learn more and try. Thanks for watching, and let's make the planet a greener place together.